How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Oceanside Forest. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "This map is a simple logging map, and there is the collectible alpine cheeses. This map has one sell point to sell all your FS22 products, 2 fields, 3 areas to buy, Oceanside, precision farming ready, 100 default US map collectibles. Custom amounts of wildlife is spawned on the map. I hope you enjoy the map and good luck finding the collectibles." This map was created by Carl TG and Pixel Farms and is 142.74 megabytes to download. There are mods required for this map, and they are the Caravan by Mecha and the Lizard TF840 B-Pack by Vectorman. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. You start out by owning pretty much all of it, almost the entirety of the map. You only do not own the fields here, field 1 and field 2. And you start here, down in the kind of main kind of hub of the map, right off of the ocean side. To purchase the farm or the fields here, it's not too expensive. 5,120 for that one and 3,884. So you can pretty much own the map probably pretty quickly. You start cutting down a few logs and you're pretty much going to have it done after, I don't know, 10 logs is going to be my best guess. Yeah, not a lot of work for you to do before you start owning the entirety of the map. You can purchase all the map, as I just shown you. There are no animal pens to start off on this map. There are contracts available, because you do have those too. As long as you don't buy them right away, you can have contracts. No productions to start out with, and there are collectibles, 12 to be precise. Now, to go back to what the description was saying, it says 100 default map US collectibles. Well, I think they're referring to the Elm Creek collectibles in the description, but I think that's must be kind of a bad note, because according to this there's only 12, and it would make sense that because there's only 12, it's just the cheese wedges from Erlengrat, I think they are from. I think that's what it is. So just kind of a point of reference there. Let's see, I'll go back to my notes. Yeah, so there are collectibles. There are no mods specific to this map whatsoever under any of the tools. Now, if you come down here to mods and DLCs, it just shows the one required mod for this map, but nothing specific to this map, and there's nothing under the build menu whatsoever. No paint swatches, no nothing. So kind of an easy one to kind of go through there. So starting to my right is the gas station. Coming down over here, directly in front of me, is the shop trigger. Now, there is no like building or anything that it is kind of the indicator, but the button is here. It does work, as you can see. Down over in this direction, this is the shipment port sell point with a wood cell trigger right there. Let's see, over in this area, over here is the animal dealer. Now, for the animal dealer, you don't start out with any animal pens or anything like that, but once you install an animal pen onto the map, you can come to this location and purchase your animals directly, or you can purchase them at the pens themselves. If you do that, though, you will incur a delivery fee. If you bring an animal trailer here, on the contrary, you will be able to save that delivery fee, and it actually saves you quite a bit of money in the long run if you're doing enough animals. Cows, I believe, for adults are $150 a head. You know, that add up over hundreds and hundreds of cows. If you're purchasing them all at once, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money. So depending on how much animals you're buying at one time, you might want to consider getting a trailer and bringing it to this location to load into the trailer before you actually just go and have the game simulate the delivery for you. And then over here, you have a repair trigger. Now, the one thing about this map that's kind of surprising is that there's no sawmill for the map. It's actually kind of odd for it to be a giant forestry map with no sawmill built onto it. But I'm going to come over to the shop here. I'm going to purchase a truck and just kind of show you around the map just real quick and take you to the kind of last point of interest. Actually, you know what I could do is just reset the truck that's already on the map. Let's do that. I think it's down here. There it is. Okay. So, I mean, this is pretty much it. It's a giant forestry map with a couple of fields in between. It's pretty basic on its face, but that's kind of the charm to it. Is you know, there's just kind of that singular focus. Now, one thing I did notice about this map that was kind of cool. This is one of the fields that you start out with. It's pretty decent size, but one thing I noticed is you can kind of see, if we go here, these areas here are kind of thinned out. So there's different kinds of trees. This is a thin area right here of trees, then real thick kind of plots of trees. And then if you look over to the right, you can just see all the different various breeds of trees. You got kind of like these birch looking trees mixed with the big pines and all that stuff. So it's kind of almost a not the terrain, but that Holmorkra vibe of the various different trees and breeds of not breeds, but different types of trees on the map itself. It's just kind of a good mix, but you do get these giant trees up. I believe we're approaching them, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, they're proper good-sized trees, so you're going to be able to cut down a few of them and make quite a bit of money right off the bat. And for those playing with the Platinum DLC, you're going to be able to... Yeah, here you go. You can start to see some of the different tree types here. You'll be able to... Whoa. Well, you're going to have to clear the road, apparently. Oh, here's some more. But you'll be able to come on here, install a sawmill, and be able to really kind of take advantage of things. Is it this way? Yes. And what we're doing is we're just kind of heading towards our starting farm. Or at least I should say where our sleep trigger is. It's not really a starting farm per se. Which is right here. You got a couple of pieces of equipment right off the bat. And because we're here, let's take a look at what we own. Under forestry machines, we have the Lizard TF840B. Actually, two of them. One of them is with, you have the clam bunk right there, and then you've got the kind of forwarder back. And the heads are interchangeable, so you can drop it from this machine here and pick it up with this machine over here and vice versa. If I do remember correctly. Yes, there we go. So you can just disconnect and swap it around if you so choose. Anyways. There. So over here, oh, we were still going through. We have the Lizard Pickup 1986, as well as a Stihl MS261 chainsaw. And the forestry equipment that we do have is the Lizard 7000 XT. That's the header for our tree harvester. The clam bunk, as well as the Super Grip 520S. And then right over here is where sleep trigger is. Open this door. You kind of have this little mobile home right here. And if I can get to it, there we go. Sleep trigger right there. And that is the map. Like I said, pretty basic and simple. There's not too much going on in the ways of kind of dynamic feel to it, but it's still really nice. It's got a good color palette, kind of toned down. It's very because you own pretty much the entirety of the map, you've got so much ability to be able to just kind of go off and do whatever, really. You've got these kind of empty areas, like I'm standing in here, and I take a look at this map. You can see kind of this thinner area. This would be a good area to kind of extend this field out if you buy this. You can extend it out in this direction and really kind of, you know, double, triple the size of your fields if you so choose. Or you can just leave it as is. You can make this into a grass field and leave that field alone and just do whatever. That's the kind of beauty of these kind of maps, is you just do whatever you want to do. You know, its only limitation is your imagination. But yeah, that is the map. Now it's time to render my opinion. What do I think of this map? 0 to 5 scale as always, but because this is considered a forestry map, we're going to go ahead and kind of give it a little curve on the grading. So like I said, I like the color palette. I like the, you know, kind of undulations. There's just a subtle gradient on the map. It's not overwhelmingly like mountains and peaks. You'll be able to get around very easily without having to do too terribly much, but it's just one of those yeah, just overall it's kind of a good layout. And for those people who really like to work on trees, this is kind of the map for you, in my opinion. There's definitely some potential to it. And you also own the port area down here as well, so you can expand this area. So like I mentioned earlier, it's weird that there's no sawmill, but you got plenty of area if you want to install one. You know, so it's just kind of got good bones to it. I mean, there's these giant buildings here that would make kind of a good processing area for a sawmill. So you could theoretically put a sawmill like right up here somewhere potentially, and really kind of utilize all the, you know, rendered cut trees on this side and really kind of make it look like its own, you know, kind of logging empire almost. But yeah, it's all in all, I kind of like it. I think that this would be kind of a good map overall. So I would probably give this probably around a 3, maybe 3.5, somewhere in that ballpark. You know, just middle of the road, but still good. It's definitely got potential. But yeah, that is the map tour. I hope you enjoyed this tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. That shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.